Eh. Sorry.
Karibu. Habari yako? Salama. How are you? Slightly. I can say I've had enough. Okay. That's good commission here in Nairobi. I did it previously in 2015, I believe. So I hope that we'll be able to hold the joint commission.
First of all, let me thank you. I'm going to put it that you will not leave until you have had a chance to extended even fresh mandate to the government to review there.
We have built a new system. We've got a number of dimensions. It's quite a major project. And I hope
International Affairs. Your Excellency, Honorable Arab Republic of Egypt, Kenya, Ambassador Ahab Awad, to welcome you all to this ministerial segment on the 7th session of it is now 60 years old. Secondly, it comes at a invite the Honorable Minister for Foreign Affairs from the Arab Republic of Egypt to address.
I thank both delegations for the cordial atmosphere in which you conducted the deliberations. The constructive engagements are a clear indication of our collective determination to take our relations to higher levels for the mutual benefit of our respective countries. Throughout the sessions, we have had opportunities to deliberate on a wide range of issues of interest, including political, economic, and social dimensions that affect our countries. The scope of our discussions is captured and echoed in our joint commitment to enhance the depth of cooperation in all areas of mutual interest. I am pleased to announce that we have concluded 4 bilateral cooperation instruments that are ready for signature. In fact, we have signed them. They include MOUs on cooperation in veterinary services, maritime affairs, renewable energy, and sports and arts. We sign these cooperation frameworks and endeavor to conclude several other agreements under negotiation in readiness for the state visit to your country by His Excellency the President of Kenya, William Ruto, in April 2024. I also want to take this opportunity to also congratulate Egypt and the people of Egypt for having concluded very successful elections, which renewed with a very overwhelming mandate the leadership of President Sisi in Egypt. We congratulate you all and the people of Egypt for having done this successfully and peacefully. Your Excellency, let me just conclude by reiterating that we are indeed honored that you have come personally to give a crowning moment to these deliberations. You have not rested, and it appears you're not going to rest, because His Excellency President Ruto of the Republic of Kenya has extended an invitation that before His Excellency goes back to Cairo, he would like to have a few moments with him. So very soon we shall be departing together to fulfill that invitation. Kenya and Egypt are also close partners in promoting regional peace and security. Our strategic engagement on the current situation in the Horn of Africa attests the shared commitment to deliver sustainable stability in our vast region. Your Excellency, distinguished delegates, as I conclude, let me reiterate the need for all sectors involved from both sides to work together and exert more effort on fast-tracking actions on agreed areas of cooperation. Let us put in place robust follow-up, monitoring, and evaluation mechanisms to review on a regular basis the progress on the deliverables agreed upon. I am confident that both countries can leverage existing platforms to share the dividends that will accrue from this bilateral cooperation in the agreed areas of mutual interest. Your presence is a clear manifestation of the commitment your government attaches to this joint commission of cooperation, which will give great impetus to our bilateral relations. Kenya and Egypt have enjoyed long-standing cordial relations spanning 6 decades. Kenya's embassy in Cairo was opened in 1964, becoming the second Kenyan mission abroad after London. This demonstrates the historical bonds of friendship that exist between our two countries. I'm happy to note that there is a clear determination and goodwill between our two governments and our citizens to work together to enhance and expand the scope and breadth of our ties. The exchange of high-level visits between Nairobi and Cairo, like the one we have today, exhibits the desire to strengthen the existing relations. We must ensure that all these frameworks translate into stronger economic, social, and development relations between our two countries through action-oriented implementation strategies. Distinguished delegates, trade between our two countries is on the right footing. The total value of trade increased from US dollars 647.4 million in 2021 to 680.6 million US dollars in 2023. It is imperative that we continue to explore opportunities to expand trade beyond the traditional products we trade in. Kenya is committed to encouraging and facilitating Egyptian companies to do business in our country, resulting in the steady growth in trade and investment between our two countries. Even as we do so, it is important that we address trade bottlenecks, including tariff and non-tariff barriers to trade. We should therefore strive to deliberate and put in place modalities to overcome such challenges. I thank our business leaders who are in their session for their resolve to foster economic partnerships between the two countries. This will enhance Kenya's strategic position as a vital gateway to the Eastern Africa region. Furthermore, business linkages will support and deepen bilateral cooperation for a win-win relationship. The business sector leaders also underscored the importance of striving towards a more balanced trade as we expand our economic base. In order to move this agenda forward, establishing a joint business council to promote trade facilitation dialogue between our two countries is now ripe.
In our meetings today, we had an opportunity to discuss in depth the imperative to give further impetus to our economic cooperation, particularly in the fields of trade, electricity, renewable energy infrastructure, in addition to the cooperation in the field of food security, water and irrigation, where we resolve to continue our cooperation to attract financing for projects that aim to achieve our developmental objectives in accordance with the best practices of cooperation and the rules and principles of international law.
Our meeting today comes at a time when the region is witnessing numerous challenges, most important of which is the catastrophic situation in the Gaza Strip, where 1.4 million citizens are stranded between the brutal Israeli hostilities and the cruelty of siege and starvation. I highlighted during our discussions the importance of an immediate unconditional ceasefire and stressed the need to implement the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2720 in order to ensure a rapid and swift humanitarian access to the Gaza Strip, as well as providing sufficient funds to the international humanitarian organizations, especially UNRWA. Those steps will pave the way for a political process that addresses the root causes of the conflict through the implementation of the two-state solution, including the full recognition of the Palestinian state along the pre-1967 lines, with East Jerusalem as its capital. And it gives me great pleasure to be here with you today in the beautiful city of Nairobi, in conjunction with the commemoration of the 60th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Egypt and Kenya, and to preside with Your Excellency, Prime Cabinet Secretary Mudavadi, the 7th session of the Joint Kenyan-Egyptian Bilateral Committee after a 9-year hiatus. Undoubtedly, the discussions that took place over the past 2 days and the high-level participation from the business community from both sides in the joint business forum that was held on the committee's margins is testimony to the depth and importance of our multifaceted bilateral relations that covers all areas of common interest at the political, economic, and social levels. I am honored as well that I will be received by His Excellency President William Ruto to deliver a message from his brother, His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, President of the Arab Republic of Egypt, regarding a number of issues on the bilateral and regional agendas.